Welcome. This is a podcast by University of Media Arts and Communication students, specifically the PR and marketing class. PR and marketing ethics, by the way. We are here to discuss a very important topic that has to do with PR and marketing, right? So I'm just going to, delve deep into that pretty shortly. But before I do that, I have these amazing gentlemen and women to help me do the discussion right here on this podcast. And before we zoom straight into action, it's only right that we get to know who will be doing the talking. So on my extreme right now, this beautiful lady is all smiling and all of that. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Mariam Asanto Wakafo, and I'm here for this discussion.
All right, and
I'm Ibrahim Mohammed.
This gentleman looks like you know what I'm saying. But yeah, Ibrahim, welcome and good to see you.
Patience
You say?
Patience
Patience Ejokumwa. That's beautiful. So my name is Abdullah Tajudi. I did mention that.
I'm Nafisa Osman.
A champion may say
and I'm Rostabo.
I'm Blessing Anyani.
Okay. Alright, so welcome ladies and gentlemen. We are basically going to be talking about something really interesting. I mean, going through the topic, it was just fascinating to wrap my head around it. But so for viewers and people who are watching us, I'm sure they will want to know what we are going to be talking about today. So quickly, I want to touch on that. So our group 6 is basically going to be talking about something very important when it comes to PR and marketing practitioners in terms of confidentiality and veracity when it comes to information. But I mean, for want of a better word, it would be proper that I read the topic to you. So it says that there are situations where confidentiality and veracity might be at odds with one another. Provide practical examples of such situations and offer justifiable examples of resolving these dilemmas. So basically saying that, look, as a PR and marketing practitioner, you get to a point in time where you are faced with a decision or a dilemma, with respect to taking a decision. Either you want it to be confidential about particular information about your client, your publics or whatever that you are working for, and spilling the beans and basically telling them the truth in terms of what the situation is all about. Gentlemen and ladies, okay, so Nafisa, what are your initial thoughts about the topic?
So with my opinion, I think that it's talking about, as a PR practitioner, if you are caught between keeping a secret, which is confidentiality, like keeping something important like a secret, not coming out to spill it to a lot of people, or coming out to speak facts and the truth to a lot of people. As a PR practitioner, if you are caught in a dilemma, are you going to come clean, veracity, speak the truth to everyone, fact, or you are going to keep a secret, going to restrict information from the people, which is you keeping such information confidential? What are you going to choose? Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to choose one. Which one are you going for?
Right. So beautiful, thoughts there. Ibrahim, what do you mean of the topic?
Okay, basically, as PR practitioners, there are times that these two things, confidentiality and veracity, will lock horns. So when it happens this way, as a public relations practitioner, you should be able to, in a way, be able to decide on which one of the two that you will take, or you either balance the two. So basically, that is what I understand it.
Right. So, Blessing.
Veracity means giving out all forms of information, no matter how important or sensitive it seems or it comes with. And confidentiality is just withholding more sensitive information from the public or unauthorized recipients.
Nice. So coming from that angle, basically, if you are faced in a dilemma, turning between actually telling the truth with respect to the situation or actually keeping a confidential information, you need to understand. These key terms really, and that's great. So let me come to you, Rose.
So as Blessing said, Veracity means being honest, being truthful, not withholding any information from the public or from the public. And then confidentiality means you withholding some sensitive information pertaining your client or an organization from the knowledge of the public, not in, letting the public know what your client doesn't want them to know. So that's basically the difference between those things. Even though those two things are two rights, you have the right to hide your client's sensitive information, and then you have the same right to be honest with the public. So it's like it's a dilemma between these two rights that you need to choose from.
Right. Beautiful. Patience.
As a PR practitioner, if you find yourself in such situations, it's not easy to, pass judgment. Whom are you going to cover up? Is it your organization or your clients? That's the confidentiality. With the Veracity, you have to be transparent to the people. So there's no need of hiding anything from them. So that is my...
Right. So beautiful thoughts there. But let me come to you, Santi. What are your initial thoughts about that topic?
Okay, so with dealing with confidentiality and veracity. With confidentiality, we look at companies or PR professionals or marketers being able to safeguard certain information, and looking at veracity as well, being able to be truthful, loyal, and then keeping your integrity for yourself, for your company, and the public as a whole.
Right. So, guys, this discussion, I want us to situate it into context, which is why we asked to provide practical examples as far as, when one is engulfed in a dilemma is concerned in terms of how they're able to, juggle the two together, which is confidentiality and then veracity. So, I'll start with you again, Nafisa, on this one. What would you say, or if somebody is faced or caught in a web of being confidential and actually telling the truth, how do you think they can go about it? What are some of the examples that you think you can share with us?
Okay, so when such a situation arises, especially with this type of dilemma, both being right, both being professional dilemmas, right? So I think you could use the Potter box, or you should use the Potter box to try and solve it, because it will help you assess the issues more openly in the various categories. I think it's 4 steps, right? You're able to break them down in these various steps and then come up with a solution. Yes, you define the facts, you specify the values, the principles, then you choose where your loyalty is. So an example of such a dilemma would be, I might be a PR, I am a PR practitioner, and I have a client who is a celebrity. She's a musician, she's called ABBA. And then ABBA was billed to perform at an event, a Christmas event. And ABBA could not go, or she didn't go. And she spoke to me in confidentiality that this is the reason I couldn't go. So as a PR person, I owe my loyalty to ABBA, who is my employer, myself as a PR practitioner, the publics. So right now, who am I going to give my loyalty to? Am I going to go with the veracity by telling the client what ABBA told me in confidentiality, or I'm going to stick to being confidential to ABBA by not giving out the information she gave me as to why she was not able to attend the event?
Right. So, and that brings us to the trying to explore the example. So, ask you. So, if you're caught in a web like that, you as an individual, how would you deal with it? As a PR marketing, practitioner, how would you solve the situation? How would you go about it?
Okay. PR marketing practitioners have a set of guidelines to guide them, and we have theories that we consider in these hard times or difficult times when making decisions. So with this one, I think, Abba is an artist, and she failed to show up. So some of her fans too, I shouldn't say some, a lot to be disappointed, and they want to know the reason behind. So as the PR of ABBA, I think I need to apply the deontology theory or utilitarian theory, where I must consider the happiness of a greater number of of a greater number of people. That is the utilitarian, yes. So with this one, I have to place the fans first before ABBA. I wouldn't want to be in a state. I wouldn't want to
be on a crossroad.
Be on a crossroad. Thank you very much. So this one, I think I'll have to give the fans a very good reason, and maybe consider rescheduling the event again or whatever thing we have to do for them. But all other things being equal, I'll place the fans first. They deserve some apology or something like that.
I do not understand if you say you want to place the fans first. In what way? In the example Nafisa gave, she mentioned that there were some personal issues. That's why ABBA couldn't perform at a show. So if you're saying you're placing the fans first, which way are you placing them first?
Okay, something, as an artist, most of our revenue are being generated from the fans. So I'm looking at placing them first in the sense that they are our
your first point of call.
Yeah, source of finance. We wouldn't want to lose that side, you understand? And placing them first is like issuing a press release to apologize to them, and maybe, as I said, try rescheduling the event or something like that.
So you are taking the Veracity.
Though you are taking Veracity Veracity is not even in what you are saying, because you are not really stating what exactly you want to do for the fans.
I think Nafisa passed the Veracity comment. I was talking about utilitarian approach.
Yeah, the decision you take benefits the larger number of people.
Consider the majority.
So I think that if he uses maybe the Potter box, when he explains the fact, like when he defines the facts of everything, I think maybe he's going to base it that with the fact ABBA was the one that was wrong because she was paid to perform and she didn't appear. So he is going to come down to give his loyalty to the clients.
You understand?
So maybe by now telling them what ABBA told him in confidentiality as to what the reason was that she couldn't be at the concert. So he won't keep it confidential. You won't keep it confidential.
Mostly,
there's a situation where confidentiality and veracity is at
I know you're expecting me to state that A, B, C, D are the fans that contributed to the failure.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. So what I want to say is, from what she said, this is your artist and you are the PR practitioner, this is a situation where I couldn't perform at a show because of personal reasons, and I confided in you, the PR professional, told you about it, so what do? Do you have to tell the people? Do you have to?
No, I wouldn't disclose it to the people, but
maybe you will not disclose the main reason why.
So let's say it's healthy.
I'm saying you will disclose.
Circumstances beyond our control.
Exactly.
I think that's the best statement to describe the.
So, and that when you say circumstances beyond your control, you are neither here nor there. I mean, when I say that, I mean you are neither being confidential, neither.
Yes.
No, there are cases where
I get that.
You have to be confidential and also apply veracity. There are cases where you can't.
But that's
right now the dilemma. He said at the end of the day, you're supposed to go with one. One has to go above one, and the other has to be affected.
One has to give off. But I'm saying that even with your point, Santi, the point is that it takes a lot of tact as a PR marketing practitioner to be able to stand in between where you are playing that card of, okay, I don't want trouble, neither do I want to, find myself in a situation. For example, let's say you're PR to an event, something happens, and then let's use ECG for example, because they are basically in the news, right? It's an situation. Let's say power. Someone saying he's doing so, someone saying he's not doing so, but they say it's power rationing and all of those things. Now they call you to speak to a technical issue. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know, but at best, what do? You want to stay in the middle. On that score, that could work because you probably don't know, so you don't want to commit yourself or go say something out of place. So you say, "Oh, I'll get back to you." That's okay. That's you actually not being too confidential. That's you actually not speaking the truth, because you probably don't have an idea of that. But in this instance, the two are at odds with each other. You either go with one or you go with the other. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Just so we can all have that clarity with respect to what we are talking about. So in his case, he's saying, and what I'm picking from your case is that you want to go with Veracity because you're looking at the greater majority benefiting other than the less people, right? Utilitarian.
Yes,
which means that exactly, which means that you want to tell the people the truth.
Not
That
necessarily.
is why I'm coming
the
in the sense that you are going to tell the people the truth. But there is a case where there was a personal issue. So what truth are you saying you are going to tell the people?
So I was thinking that maybe if it's a medical
that's
issue, so Abba had the medical issue. I'm not supposed to come and say that
The
Abba
details
has
of the medical issue.
Abba has
That means you are siding with
HIV.
That means there's confidentiality.
HIV. I'm not saying.
Let me listen to Ibrahim. Hold on.
You see, confidentiality here and veracity here, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should choose one. If but if you have the ways to in a way balance the two, you will not in a way expose your client, and you also make your fans understand that this point, it is not the, even though I scheduled the time to come and in a way make you happy, I was not able to make it. Yeah. So though it is not my fault,
it's never your fault.
it is also not your fault. But because I have to do it, I will take full responsibility of whatever my action costs. But we will in a way reschedule and then make this event happen. But the issues concerning the client, which you cannot in a way say it to the public, is you should be able to tell them that she was not able to come because of medical issues.
Yeah.
Yes, so you are telling them
that's the truth.
You are telling them the truth,
And
just like
that's
you're not
the-
disclosing into details.
Yeah,
Like, you're supposed
So
to,
that's
that is
the
still
truth. So there's
veracity.
truth, but there's still
Yes.
confidentiality.
Yes.
So you are not going to tell the public.
You have to choose one, but you have
she
to
was
not
diagnosed
make
of,
it affect the other too much.
You are not going to tell the public that she was not diagnosed of maybe
Yes.
stomach ulcer or
Yeah.
this.
But she had medical
Yeah.
Medical issue.
Okay, so point 1 minute. I mean, patience, you have been itching to talk.
Yeah, I was saying that in Albert's situation, it doesn't based on medication or something. It was different thing. She was having two shows to do at the same time, and the disappointed ones were the ones who going for her first.
Hold on.
Abba disappointed us. They were the one who
Hold on.
So it's like you are giving a different scenario here.
based on
Yeah.
what she said.
No,
No, you are given it in a
on.
different context.
That's why I'm coming in the sense that you are going to tell the people the truth. But there is a case where there was a personal issue. So what truth are you saying you are going to tell the people?
So I was thinking that maybe if it's a medical
that's it.
issue, so Abba had the medical issue. I'm not supposed to come and say that
The
Abba
details
has
of the medical issue.
Abba has
That means you are siding with
HIV.
That means there's confidentiality.
HIV. I'm not saying.
So
Let me listen to Ibrahim. Hold on.
You see, confidentiality here and veracity here, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should choose one. If but if you have the ways to in a way balance the two, you will not in a way expose your client, and you will also make your fans understand that this point, it is not the, even though I scheduled the time to come and in a way make you happy. I was not able to make it. Yeah. So though it is not my fault,
It's never your fault.
it is also not your fault. But because I have to do it, I will take full responsibility of whatever my action costs. But we will, in a way, reschedule and then make this event happen. But the issues concerning the client, which you cannot, in a way, say it to the public, is you should be able to tell them that she was not able to come because of medical issues.
Yeah.
Yes, so you are telling them
that's
the
the
truth.
truth.
You are telling them the truth.
and
Just
that's
like you're not
the
disclosing into details.
Uh-huh.
No, you're
Yes,
supposed to. That is still
So there's
veracity.
truth,
Yeah.
but there's no
Yes.
confidentiality.
Yes.
So you are not going to tell the public.
You have to choose one, but you have
she was
to not
diagnosed
make
of,
it affect the other too much.
You are not going to tell the public that she was not diagnosed of maybe
Yes.
stomach ulcer or
Yeah.
this.
But she had medical
Yeah.
medical issue.
Okay, so point one, I mean,
Coming there.
hold on, right, that's a very good point. Blessing, what do you think?
But personally, I think both veracity and confidentiality has to do with telling the truth. Just that confidentiality is not like disclosing the actual sensitive parts in case of you being honest to the audiences or anybody in question. So now the issue is Abba couldn't keep her side of the deal by going to the
We are going to
show.
perform.
Yes. And now it was due to medical issues or something. That's good. So as a PRO for ABBA, are you going to tell the audiences that she was diagnosed of this, that, and that? That's in line with veracity. Or you are just going to tell them that it's a medical related issue, so you are sorry, that's confidentiality. So now, if you decide to go with confidentiality, it means you are just going to tell them that it's a medical related issue and you render apologies and maybe do a one-in-one game show or a get-together or something. But if you are trying to tell us that as a PR you go solely in for veracity, then that means you are telling them that it was this, that's in line with the medical issue, not just going general. That
Okay.
it was a
Okay.
medical related
I think
issue.
I get your angle.
Yes.
That's a beautiful angle and twist to it. So, Rose.
Okay, to add up to what Blessing said, so it means as a PRO, when you want to take the confidentiality aspect, it means you are not going to reveal the real medical issue that Abba is having to the public. Yeah, maybe she has stomach ulcer. You are not going to reveal the real issue to the public. And if you want to take the veracity aspect, it means you are going to tell the public that this is the real thing that Abba is having. That's why she couldn't come out to perform. So me, I think as a PRO, you know, you don't need to be that much confidential with it. At least you can say, I will not say, you can just come out to say that she has a medical issue.
That's confidential.
Yeah, give out a press release to inform the fans that she has a medical issue. That's why she couldn't perform. That later you organize something to appease the fan.
But I'll go again. I'll choose the opposite of what you choose.
What do you mean by you
I'll
choose the
choose
opposite?
veracity by telling them what is actually
all
wrong,
signs were
because I feel like currently, especially due to the fact that these people have spent like thousands of cedis booking tables, people coming from far places, people like really loving this ABBA person and wanting to come to her show, they are going to think that, or I would assume they will think that she's just using the medical
As a cover up.
as a cover up. I say, when she has spent her money, she's just coming to get, like, at that point they are so angry, so they are not going to believe she's not feeling well. It's a medic. They'll say by now nitia ne yakeke and now all cash say omba.
Don't also forget that Abba in question is a public figure and no one will be able to like sign up for
Yeah, and
somebody
health
who
issues
is
too,
not
health issues
medically
too are not
fit.
to be blamed.
So you disclosing it publicly,
me, I'm doing
about
that.
having ulcer, this and that is going to go against her as a
Yes.
musician and her.
So I feel like it will go against her currently, but on the long run, I feel like it will go high, like it will go to
So
help her
that's-
because she will later become credible in the sense that
Who would like,
because
who would
there's
like
no
to
way you
book,
can
who would like to
disclose
book, yes,
a
who would like to
certain
so
or
suspected
also I think that
Guys, hold on. So let me wrap up with you, Patience.
Yeah, for you coming out to say, oh, she's not feeling well due to this, it's not, I mean, for the audience or for the fans to easy to believe it.
honestly.
She's sick, and each and everyone can say, I'm not feeling well. And is it a case?
And that's why-
that.
Please let me chip in. That's when they'll come and now say that a professional is one that does his best when he or she doesn't feel
do
like.
your best. at
Until
your
they see the
best time.
seriousness of it, they won't actually want to
Perhaps believe that what
you.
you said is true. I mean, guys, you've all made very cogent points as regards to this practical example that Nafisa has given. I am not, far-fetched, or what I'm going to say is not far-fetched from what all of you have said. I believe that as a professional, you need to understand your client, the person you're working for in the first place. If Abba was not able to show up for the event, at the end of the day, merely releasing a press statement, yes, to clarify and to apologize, it's okay. I mean, that's what top of mind every PR person would do. But given the fact that there's confidentiality and veracity here, you tell the people what is wrong with you. Maybe I was in Philippines, I collapsed, I had this, I've done. So for which reason my doctor says that I need to stay off, for a while to be able to recover. Look, we've had artists in this country who were built to perform on shows, who suddenly had issues, and they came out. Look, they issued press
Even
statements.
American
And then they said that,
celebrities,
look,
Justin Bieber has come out to say
I have cardiac this, I had this,
and people
I
are
can't-
actually
I can't
sympathizing
be-
with him.
So I think that the onus lies on you, the PR practitioner, to actually decide as to whether you are going for confidentiality or going for veracity. Of course, you can decide to stand in the middle, but depending on the situation, it will inform you what decision to take. So let's move on. Ibrahim, you have something to make real quick. What is it?
Yeah, it's about saying that you have to come and say maybe Miss Abba was maybe having stomach ulcer and she collapsed and all that. When Yantechi was admitted to the hospital and he came out, he said in fact when he was actually admitted and he was when somebody's sort of water and is it infusing?
No,
yes.
Yeah, he came with all the drip things.
So he said now he's fine, but he was happy whatever was going on.
No,
but he was not able to tell the public that it was this sickness.
and that.
I get you, but I'm saying that velocity of the situation. You decide whether you want to go confidential, you want to spill the beans.
Okay.
So guys, so we are moving on to our second example. It's a beautiful discussion we are having here, basically talking about PR and marketing ethics, the dilemmas that one may be faced in terms of choosing between confidentiality and then veracity. Now let's get back into our second example. Santi, you have a practical example to give.
I have a practical example to give.
I think so.
Alright, sure. Okay, I want us to look a bit at a bit of digital marketing stuff. So let's take a practical example where a pharmaceutical company, is working on a new medication to cure a sickness or something, whereby there is medication for that in the system already. But this is like something that they're saying is special or is different from the
improved version
from the one in the market. So the pharmaceutical company, usually marketers are part of production, and you, the marketer, posting the parts of the medicine and all that on social media, you're not willing to bring out the ingredients used in making that medication, and you're not coming out with its side effects as well. Now, for you to be able to come out with any medication like that, food and drugs, and the public and other people will be interested in knowing the ingredients, but you want to keep it personal to your company due to intellectual property or competitive reasons. Okay, so you don't want to bring it up. But now the public and the people are out there saying they want to know. So in a state like this, are you going to be confidential by keeping it to yourself and coming out with a different ingredient or formula or whatever, or you're going to tell the public the truth? So this is a case where you're advertising online.
So if I got you, so it's whatever they are keeping from the public is that thing that makes them stand out.
Exactly.
They are key
Okay.
ingredients.
I think
Exactly.
we have a perfect scenario happening in our world right now that we don't even draw attention to. But this one is not with the pharmaceutical companies. Coca-Cola.
Exactly, I knew that.
Nobody knows the Coca-Cola formula.
Yeah.
It's secret like Mr. Krabs' caustic crab formula. You understand? Nobody knows, but we are all drinking Coca-Cola. But we see the ingredients written over there, but we don't know the details. What makes Coca-Cola very unique? We have other products on the market.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Coca-Cola.
we'll come to that. So back to a success example. So I'll start with you on this one, Ibrahim. So the public is demanding that they want to know. You've actually hidden the ingredients that makes your product stand out from the FDA. Actually, what that superintends over
The unique selling
the-
proposition.
you know, your product.
Yeah.
Right? So in a situation when you are faced like in a situation like that, or faced with a situation like that, as a PR marketing practitioner, what do you do?
Okay, in the first place, the question I will ask is that before the product gets to the market, what is the Food and Marketing
Food and
Drug Authority does before it gets to the market? I don't think they will allow you, or you yourself, you know the laws that before it gets to the market, Food and Drug Authority
Must approve.
must approve
Not
before
to
it
cut you.
gets there.
If I got Asante's example right, she's saying that yes, she has given ingredients that
They need
culminates to
fruit.
make a product. However, she's left at that unique thing that makes the product stand unique.
Different.
But the point is that the point they're making is that the public has probably found out
Notice it.
or noticed that there's something that's adding to her product that it makes a product stand out. That is people don't know. Ordinarily, you want to declare the ingredients that makes up a product on a product.
But,
right?
Yeah, most people care about their health. Maybe that's a substance that you are hiding. I'm allergic to. So if you hide it and I keep on consuming it
that's a
and
big
later
one.
have infection, how are you going to? I mean,
So that's where the confidentiality
Yeah.
So even with the Coca-Cola scenario that he's saying there's a key ingredients no one knows about, if you realize people that are very health conscious, they don't patronize Coca-Cola like that. Unless we the everyday people
and
that
there
don't
have
care.
been even allegations that
Unless
there
the
is
Gen Zs.
cocaine inside Coca-Cola. Haven't you heard it?
Yes, they say that it's
unless you
cocaine. That's what makes it very addictive when you start taking it.
Unless you the Gen
That's what they
Zs
say.
who are more particular about certain.
Thank you.
I think, let me come in. About disclosing the ingredients, you can disclose them, but how to get the correct proportion of the ingredient is what makes you unique.
Yeah.
You understand? Because I think there's no way you can bring a product out without stating the ingredient.
Yes.
You can state it, even with cooking. We know maybe preferring jollof, you need this and that. But the
But
correct
how?
proportion, how to mix them, the timing and everything makes your food unique. So I think, yeah, so
with the
There's
Yeah.
some
So I
confidentiality
think-
But there's still
aspect.
And
confidentiality.
yes, and let's not even forget that all the business have their code of conduct and then what their mission and vision is. So as a pharmaceutical company, I think their first mission should be the lives or how to saving lives and then how to get people to be healthy and stuff. So I think every business wants profit, but I don't think as a pharmaceutical company their first goal is taking the profit against the health of their, and then let's not forget it's a consumable product. You are taking it inside you and no one would like to take, especially the health conscious people, no one would like to take in something they don't know like what it is that they are taking. That will go with the veracity, because at the end of the day, as Archie said, if you tell them this is what it is and you don't tell them how to put it, how much to put in, your competitors will still struggle a while before because FDA I don't think would even give you the pass to sell. I don't know for Coca-Cola and where they are coming from, but then in Ghana here, even when we're doing our product idea presentation, the fair we did, Mr. Senenu drank a fruit juice, and later the judge next to him prompted him that the ingredients are not labeled on it, and you are taking it. You should be cautious of knowing whatever is in there before you take it, which means that people are going to be very cautious of what is in there before they take it.
Right.
And FDA too said don't take a product out there without your information labeled on like every ingredient.
Right.
So it's like they
now-
should also post on the social media the ingredients. But sometimes when they post the ingredients, it's like the how this guy was saying.
Actually, please, we don't have
How
time.
Achampo said it, you don't need to give them the
Right quantity,
Yes.
what
But you
time
can
to
just
put it,
list
how
the
to do
ingredients
everything.
there. Because as Ghanaian with the they someone or to the extent
What?
that ingredients someone listen the right amount of wind or because of the same thing.
Watch cooking content, you see them cooking. People go to the comment section, they're asking, oh no, show us how you did, what should we put first? Like, you see the thing, you've seen it, but how to go about it, you do and you still have a different outcome.
Yeah.
Right, so
you can,
even with this guy, he sells perfumes. He makes them. Mason
Yusuf, yeah.
He has his ingredients labeled on them, but I don't think you can just go in for the ingredients and you create something like his own.
right. So Patience.
Yeah, with this one, we can apply confidentiality as well. Let's say you can give your fans or audience, you can't give all the ingredients out because of the one that you want to disclose. But you have to tell them that if you are allergic to this, don't take this amount or don't take the product at all.
If you're allergic to
So
caffeine, let's say if you're allergic to caffeine, then that will lead me to know that whatever ingredient that makes the last one is caffeine or something that has caffeine.
No, what Patience is actually trying to say is that she will be siding with confidentiality in the fact that she will keep that unique selling proposition. That's the niche of the pharmaceutical company of like of the knowledge of the public, with the sense that like every medical product is having some inscriptions like not to what was for pregnant women.
Sorry.
So she's going to add it that if you know you are an ulcer patient or something, but not necessarily saying that it's caffeine.
But let's say the particular ingredient doesn't only affect people that have ulcer, but also affect people that have this.
So
you can't say,
if depends the situation. The customer who purchased the product is already at the hospital. So as the PR for the brand that is into the production of the company, I'll first issue a press release coming down my audiences to just take it to school. I'll investigate the issue and get back to them after that. After that, I personally think I'll go purely for Veracity. I'm going to let out every single truth that I get through my investigation or the medical report and stuff in order to protect my image as a public relation officer and that of my brand in the market. Because, for instance, what if I go in for confidentiality and the medical report that comes out contradicts?
Says otherwise.
Yes.
You'll be found wanting.
Yes.
Right.
I'll just give us
Okay, good. Asanta, pick up from the phone.
I support what she's saying, but I think this situation, is very clear that there's no way I can be confidential about this situation.
Yeah.
I'll just go for Veracity in the sense that this is a situation where we have a deal, okay. You're supposed to state that it's a paid ad because it's a paid ad, okay. Fine, maybe I also I'm a brand, okay, I'm the brand, and then I didn't realize that what you didn't state that it's a paid ad, okay. It was an oversight, and then there's a situation where someone has taken it, the person is at the hospital through that influencer, Do you get it? That influencing with advertising or whatever, that's when the person got to know about the product, took it and trusted the product and all that. Fine, now we're at the hospital, this and this is happening. I'm going to go for Veracity. I'm going to tell them the truth, that it was a paid, that's one essential thing we have to look at, that is a paid ad. You have to state the facts. Just be truthful to them that it was a paid ad. And then what next you're supposed to look at is the product tested? Do you get, did it go through the right process before coming out? If not, they are supposed to test it at the hospital and know if it's the product that has affected the person or maybe the dosage the person took in that affected the person. Do you get it? So it has to go through all this with it. But me coming out as a PR practitioner, I'm going to tell them the truth. It was a paid ad, and after the test, that's when you are going to know the reason.
Right.
Yeah, so for all you know, she's even in the hospital for another reason, not even pertaining to your drug.
Exactly.
But if you come out to accept it in the beginning, there's no way you can take that back again. And people's mind will already have that perception that your brand has.
No, and then
So you coming out to just tell them
that
yes, it was a
and I will even take care of the person in the hospital till we find out.
You should know that it's a demonstrative ad.
Exactly.
And then
Which means you should take it for some time before, let's say even in the contract it was indicated that she needed to take it for 2 weeks. They even have to check, did she even take it for that?
The medical result proving that the influencer wasn't in the
blood. She contradicted to
the gambling means that she's to be blamed for it.
She went against the brand's contract. So first of all, I should come out to sell her out because she didn't even do what we stated there by taking the gambling.
And why didn't you as a PR paid adverts?
Yes. Let's say if I was reposting it as well, let's say when she posted it, she didn't even, let's say, tag me, she showed my brand name. Let's say I don't even know that she has even put out that advert yet. So I don't even know that she has put it out there and she hasn't even stated that it's paid.
She tagged you and you reposted without acknowledging the fact that it was a paid advert. So you have to come out and accept.
Yes, for that one I accept my responsibility.
Guys, so thank you so much. It was a beautiful discussion. But guys, two of our colleagues had something to say. Take a look.
Example of PR is a company may be aware of a product detect that could potentially harm consumers, right? But disclosing this information could damage the company's reputation as well and lead to financial losses, right? So balancing the need for confidentiality with the ethical obligation to be truthful and transparent can create a dilemma in a public relation. In such cases, the company can prioritize consumer safety, right, by proactively addressing the issue, recalling the defective products, right, and communicating openly with customers about the steps being taken to rectify the situation.
What's your understanding of the topic?
I think that when so it's like there are situations where honestly so should I be honest with it or as clear enough the potential we are going to be clear profession and we take that for us to know exactly the position to stand when we are facing.
Alright, so beautiful thoughts that I had to share. But this is where we end this podcast today. It's been a really insightful and intriguing podcast. As PR and marketing practitioners, what we ought to do when we are faced with confidentiality and veracity. In the practice of our job out there, I'm sure you pick some cues from this discussion, and going forward, you know what to do when you are faced with a dilemma. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a PR and Marketing Ethics Group 6 discussion right here on this podcast. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you.
Thank you. Bye.